Coach, obviously another win at a state tournament. Y'all don't take those for granted, I'm sure, but just overall, just your thoughts on this game tonight.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about like the expectation is to be down here and the expectation is to win and try to obviously make it one at a time in a Saturday. And, with expectations can come great pressure. But the greatest things in life are formed with great pressure. So it's one at a time. There were spurts where I thought we were phenomenal offensively and defensively, and there were spurts we really struggled. And, so for me, it's just, it doesn't matter as long as we find a way to win, and we were able to do that. So it's, literally the phrase gets used too much this time of year, but it's about surviving and advancing. We're happy to be on the other side. I think we'll put a better product out there Friday.
I mean, I look at stats of Hickman County, but I've never really seen them in person. Didn't get to see them last year. There's some guys that might have been 25 years old on that floor tonight. I mean, there's some grown-up dudes.
Yeah,
is that what it looked like on
a
film?
lot of time goes into preparation, a lot of film. I got a lot of respect for their program, and I like what their coach did. They were here last year, first round defeat last year. He completely changed the schedule. He's got a lot of kids coming back, a lot of kids that were on the floor last year returning this year. 12's a phenomenal player. I thought we did a good job of kind of slowing him down. I don't know what he finished with. And then at the end of the day, they got great length at every position, and you put great length in the zone, and sometimes you can make the opponent's night tough. And just nothing but respect. I think they're well coached. I thought they executed a good game plan to kind of keep it low scoring, lower possession. And, that's why maybe it's contest right there till the final horn.
Coach, you mentioned not letting expectations kind of turn into pressure. How do you prevent that from happening, especially with a younger group?
It's really hard. One thing we talked about in the locker room before, I'd heard Eli Graff say on a podcast before, talking about a football championship versus a basketball championship. And he talked about the basketball one was so much more enjoyable because it was unexpected. He was talking about the first one 2 years ago. Now it's an expectation for us to be here. It's an expectation to win this game. And again, we got to flip the script. We've talked for 2 years now on, replacing expectations with intentions. And the biggest thing is we've done the work. All right, now let's just let go of the result. And that goes out there. We go out there with great freedom when the result is gone. And intentionally, all we care about is we're going to fight and we're going to play for each other. We're going to play for our community. And I think that's good enough. That's something you can always live with. And therefore, the kind of anxiety and the worry, it's gone. You just are freed up to play.
You say about those two guys, just what they did for you offensively tonight?
Condis was phenomenal in the first half. When you look at separating in the game, I thought his shot-making ability and what he did defensively was really the difference maker. I think it's cool that two sophomores, the moment was not too big for them. Both of them have been on the floor here last year. They've got experience. They've got experience against big teams. But what you need out of your best players is the moment. The moment is not too big for them, and I can say that of both kids. And then Jamir, he continues to wow me. It's like you feel like a momentum swing about to happen, and you just kind of Alcoa need the big bucket, or you need the big play, or you need the big rebound, or you need the block shot. Somehow he just continually delivers. He's not a vocal leader. We don't need him to be. We just need him to lead with competitive excellence. I thought he was the best player on the floor tonight on both sides of the ball, and that's a lot of pressure, burden to carry as a sophomore. But again, they're both ready to, I think, really perform at a high level down there.
What do you think your performance was tonight? There were no flashy three-pointers. There were no breakaway dunks. But you look at the stat sheet, and you're sitting there with 21 points, and they're feeding you the ball in entry passes, and you're able to affect the game in different ways.
Well, I'm just trying to do this for each other, like my teammates and the seniors, really. Whatever they need me to do, I'm going to go do it. Play defense, get a rebound, pass the ball, score, all types of stuff. I'm going to do it for them.
Condis had a little bit of a heat check in the first half. How fun was that moment for you? Because I know last year for you were on a different team and it didn't go so well.
Just a better experience, just making it out the first half and just doing whatever I could do to keep my team with the lead or just make us win.
Jamir, you obviously played here last year, had a real good championship game, real tournament, good tournament overall. I guess coming in this year, are the nerves any different or expectations any different, or is it real similar?
I mean, since we don't got like a big time scorer like Javin, I feel like all of us can go score at any will. But like it's just the same, like, yeah, nothing
like
different.
Nerves-wise, atmosphere?
No,
different?
sir.
And for you, Condis, I guess what's the difference? New team, obviously, that you've been on this stage before.
Just what he said. I feel like everybody can go score since I had like a big time scorer, my brother Hickman Cherry, but now it's just everybody. So you never know. Anybody can go get a bucket at any time. It's just what I like about this team.
Ryan, y'all's experience really showed up in the fourth quarter. I mean, that could have been some tense moments for maybe lesser teams, and Eli calmly hits a three like it's no big deal. I mean, to have that luxury of experience, just discuss that and kind of what it means at this point.
I thought Eli's three was huge. I think it was a 7-point game. You feel the momentum swing. We kind of went stagnant on offense. And sometimes in those big possessions, it's like Javin's not here anymore, and we are deep, and everybody has their night, and we've done a great job of feeding the hot hand. Who's going to take that big shot for us? And there was nobody better than, I think, Eli Graff in that moment. He stepped in with confidence, let it fly, nothing but net, and that's who he is. He's been on the biggest stage in multiple sports. He's not going to get rattled out of there. And I think the biggest thing is, and I think this of all the kids, they want the ball in their hands. They feel like, I'm ready for this moment. I'm going to hit the shot. I'm going to make the play. And that's big. I didn't think all these kids were there last year. They looked to divert, to Javin in a lot of spots. And now I think we've emerged to where we have 8 or 9 guys that are ready for that moment. And then, late, other than our lack of ability to hit free throws, I mean, we handled it. We ate up, long minutes, longer on possessions, put pressure to kind of ice the game. So I liked what we did, especially in the fourth. And I thought we were calm, cool, collected, and just stayed solution-oriented. That's what we want to be.
Has it been a group effort to kind of replace Javin's production from day one, or is that something that's kind of developed throughout the year?
I think it's just something that organically developed. We just look a lot different. We were very, I've heard this word in the NBA before, but it's like heliocentric, and it's like everything's going to kind of evolve from number 2. Number 2 is going to score. Number 2 is going to create shots for others. Number 2's, going to create space for others because of how good he is. And now you've heard them both say it, it's just by committee. You don't know who's going to sit beside me in these games. You don't know who's going to be our leading scorer. You don't know who's going to make the big plays. And to me, that's been really fun to coach. And, it's allowed us to be very versatile in spots. And I think our kids have done a good job of really finding the hot hand and then celebrating each other. It's not easy to be the guy that can, get 18 one night and the next night you only get 2. But they do a good job of always being behind and for one another, and I think that's displayed.
Talk about the post job there. It looked like he was over there on the bench with y'all tonight and just scored more last night. Can you just talk about what having him here like to support y'all?
Yeah, I think a complete program connects the past to the present to the future, and I think it's important to me. It's cool to have him and Brandon Winton over there behind us, and this is something that there's no place they'd rather be than with their guys, and I think that just shows love for them. It's not like they want to win, but they want to be here for these 2 kids. They want to be here for the rest of the kids in our locker room. And then the other cool thing for me is you finish it about what a program's about. Look at how many little kids we got trying to sit at the end of our bench and going through the, lines, whatnot. And those guys are looking up and they want to be in these seats. They want to be making the plays. And to me, that's what a program looks like. And, I'm proud of what's been built.
Jamir, last year, Javin was kind of like a big brother to you as you were a freshman making big plays. Did he say anything to you to prepare you for tonight or no?
At halftime, he just told me to stop being soft, go into the contact, and then just try to get a call. He just told me just to be stronger, physical. That's what he told me at halftime. He pulled me to the side.
One more question. For both you guys, what do you feel like you kind of learned through your experience at the state tournament last year that's helping you now?
Repeat it.
What do you feel like you learned at the state tournament last year and on that run you went on that's helping you now in this year's tournament?
Just don't take it for granted. Like, it's a privilege to be here. Last year, I lost in the first round. I was just, thinking about it for the whole season. Like, how do I get past the first round? So it's just, don't take it for granted.
Yeah, I'm on that same page. It's just not, a guaranteed thing every year. It could be a one-time life experience. You never know.
So I guess what does that lead to? Just kind of 100% effort every play?
Yes, sir.